Have you ever just looked around and wondered what really separates the rich from, well, everyone else? It's probably not what you think. Today, we're diving into the behavioral blueprint that makes all the difference. So let's just jump right into the big puzzle, shall we? How is it possible that two people with the exact same job and the exact same salary can end up in completely different financial universes 10 years from now? One is thriving, the other is still scraping by. What is the secret variable here? I mean, we've all seen this paradox in real life. On one side, you have someone making great money, but they're constantly broke. And on the other, someone with a more, modest income who is just steadily building real wealth. It just doesn't seem to add up, does it? So, if it's not just about the income, what is it? Well, the answer isn't some crazy complex math formula or a secret stock market hack. It's actually a lot simpler than that. But in a way, much harder. It all comes down to psychology. It's about how you behave with money. This little timeline here tells the whole story. You've got two friends starting at the exact same point, pulling in the same salary. But you fast forward a decade and whoa, their paths couldn't be more different. One is genuinely wealthy, and the other is still stuck on the hamster wheel. The difference wasn't a stroke of genius. It was just their daily habits. And that brings us to our first huge idea. It's all about behavior over brains. And honestly, this should be a massive relief for all of us. You do not need to be a financial genius to build wealth. Nope, it's way more accessible than that. It really just boils down to this single idea. Simple behavior beats smart decisions. Consistently doing the simple, kind of boring, right things with your money is so much more powerful than occasionally trying to make some brilliant, complex move. Think about it. Consistency always trumps intensity. So what does this simple behavior actually look like? Well, it's these three things. First, save regularly. Make it automatic, Like you don't even have to think about it. Second, avoid the dumb, unnecessary risks. You just want to stay in the game. And third, and this is the big one, you have to stay consistent through good times and bad. That's the bedrock right there. Okay, so let's get practical. Let's turn this into an actual blueprint that you can use. We can break it all down into three essential pillars of wealth. All right, pillar number one is the power of saving. Now I know, it sounds so basic, right? But this is exactly where most people get it twisted. We are obsessed with earning more, constantly chasing that next raise. But the truly wealthy, they're focused on something else entirely. And here it is. This is the crucial mindset shift. Wealth isn't what you earn, it's what you don't spend. It's the money you keep. See, a huge salary with huge spending still adds up to zero. But a decent salary with consistent savings, now that is the formula for growing wealth. Okay, on to the second pillar. And this is where things get really, really exciting. It's the magic of compounding. This is like a superpower that does all the heavy lifting for you, but it needs one key ingredient: time. I absolutely love this quote because it perfectly captures what compounding feels like. For years, and I mean years, it feels like nothing is happening. Your progress is just slow. But if you can just hang in there and stay patient, you eventually hit this incredible tipping point, and the growth just becomes explosive. It goes from a tiny snowball to a full-blown avalanche. And the third pillar is probably the most underrated of them all. It's playing defense. We are all so wired to chase that one big win, that one lucky stock pick. But the real strategy, the winning strategy, is to just not mess up. Look, you don't need to be a stock-picking genius. You really don't. You just need to be disciplined enough to avoid those catastrophic errors, the ones that can wipe out years and years of patient saving. Seriously, survival is the name of the game. Okay, so we've got the blueprint, but there is a hidden enemy, a villain in our story that we all need to be on the lookout for. It's called lifestyle inflation, and it is the #1 reason why so many people with high incomes stay broke. This cycle shows you exactly how it works. It's so simple, it's scary. Step 1, you get that raise or that bonus, you're earning more money. Awesome. Step 2, you immediately spend more money, a new car, a bigger apartment. And step 3, the result? You're still broke, just with more expensive stuff. You're right back where you started. So how in the world do you break this cycle? You do what the wealthy do. As their income goes up, they don't just let their spending go up with it automatically. They consciously choose to keep their lifestyle pretty much the same and funnel that extra cash into their investments. They widen the gap. And this brings us to our final and maybe the most profound idea of all. We have to completely redefine what we think wealth actually looks like. This slide nails the contrast between what we think is wealth versus what it actually is. We see the fancy car, the designer clothes, the huge house, and our brain immediately goes, wow, that person is rich. But that's not wealth. That's just spending. Real wealth is the stuff you don't see. It's the money working for you in investment accounts, the assets quietly growing while you sleep. This leads to such a crucial distinction. Getting rich can be a flash in the pan. A lottery win, a lucky bet, that can make you rich. But staying rich? Oh, that's a whole different ballgame. That takes discipline, humility, and all the behavioral skills we've been talking about. So, to wrap it all up, what do you really need to build lasting wealth? It's not a secret formula. It's these three things: a foundation of good habits, the superpower of patience, and the quiet strength of discipline. And that leaves us with one last really important question. And this one's for you. Knowing that these small, consistent behaviors are the actual key, what is the one simple habit you can commit to building starting right now, today, that's going to change your financial future?